Let's begin in Shavasana, our whole body laying on the ground. Feel free to bring a blanket or a pillow to support the neck. And bring your legs as wide as the mat, arms down by your sides, palms facing up. And I invite you to close your eyes and just allow yourself to settle in onto your mat. And begin to bring your awareness within. Letting go of any to-do lists you may have. Just come right into the present moment. Bring your awareness to your breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose, allowing the belly to rise and fall. And just allow the inhales to invigorate you and to feel expansion, and allow the exhales to bring more softness, release, and letting go. Long inhales and long exhales. On your next inhaling breath, bring your arms up overhead and feel a nice long stretch throughout the body, reaching to opposite ends of the space. And bend the knees and plant your feet flat on the mat. Bring your feet as wide as the mat and drop your knees over to the right. Bring your arms out into a T, palms face up. Relax the shoulders, relax the neck. If you want to feel more of a stretch, you can bring your right ankle to the outside of the left thigh and gently press the right foot over the left thigh. And staying with your breath here. Releasing any expression on the face. And now release that top foot if it's on top. Bring your knees up and over to the left side. And if you want to deepen the stretch, you can now bring your left ankle to the outside of the right thigh. Releasing that left foot and bringing your knees back to center. Now gently hug your knees into your chest. Bring your hands just below the knees on the shin and just rock from side to side. Massage out the low back, keeping the shoulders relaxed. And keep right hand on right knee and left hand on left knee and begin to circle your knees open and apart. Going in one direction with your knees. And now reversing the direction. Interlacing the hands over the right knee and extend the left leg long, keeping the toes flexed, especially the right toes to protect the knee. And on the inhale, lengthen, and on the exhale, draw the knee in a little closer to the chest. And now place your left hand on your left hip to ground the hips down and gently open the right knee towards the right underarm. Keep the feet flexed. Bring the knee back to center, bend the left leg, ground through the left foot. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Keep the toes flexed. And this might be enough stretch for you. You can just place your right hand on the right thigh and just gently press the right thigh open. If you want to feel more of a stretch, you can bring the hands underneath the left thigh and hug the left thigh towards the chest, keeping that right foot flexed. You feel a nice stretch in the hips and the glutes. remembering here to keep your shoulders and neck relaxed. Staying with your breath, long inhales and long exhales. From here, bring your arms back out into a T, palms face up, leaving the legs how they are, and gently bring the legs over to the left for a twist. So your right foot grounds on the ground. And you can use the left hand to gently press the right thigh away. Maybe your gaze comes over to the right side. Bring your head back to center, release, knees come back to center. Take the right foot off the left. And now hug the left knee into the chest, extend the right leg long, flexing through both feet, grounding through the hips, shoulders relaxed. On the inhale, lengthen, and on the exhale, hug the knee in closer. Bring the right hand to the right hip. Gently draw the left knee towards the left underarm, keeping both hips grounded, so you're feeling a different sensation in the hips. Bring your knee back to center, bend the right leg, cross the left ankle over the right leg. And using your left hand to gently push the left thigh away from you. Keep the left foot flexed. And if you'd like to feel more of a stretch, you can bring the hands, interlace the hands behind the right thigh and draw the right thigh in closer. Release the jaw. And stay with your inhales and exhales. Releasing the hands out into a T, palms face up, and keeping the shape of the legs, just drop the knees over to the right, ground the left foot on the ground, and gently press the left thigh away from you with the right hand, and maybe your gaze comes over to the left. We're feeling a gentle twist. Release, bring your knees back to center, release the left foot off the right thigh. We're going to come into happy baby. So bring the knees close to the chest, your elbows come to the inside of the knees, and your hands will reach eventually to the outer edges of the feet. But for now, if you just grab onto your shins, that's perfectly okay. Or you can bring your peace fingers and hook them onto your toes. So finding what's best for your body today. Flexing the feet, and you can sway from side to side here if that feels good, or you can just find stillness. Keep the lower back grounded on the mat and keep the shoulders relaxed. Releasing happy baby, extend the right arm long overhead, roll over to your right side. Your bicep becomes a pillow for your right ear. Pausing here in fetal position. And press into your left hand, bring yourself up to a seated Crossing at the ankles, bringing your hands forward, finding tabletop. So your fingers spread nice and wide, shoulders in line with wrists, hips in line with knees, knees hip width distance apart. On the inhale, look up, tilt the pelvis, relax the shoulders. And on the exhale, we move into cat, draw the navel in, round through the upper back. Inhale, look up, tilt the pelvis, send the sit bones back. Exhale, draw the belly in, look to your thighs. Inhale, look up, release the shoulders. Exhale, draw the belly in, round the back. Inhale, look up, tilt. And exhale, hug in. One more round. Inhale, look up, send the sit bones back. Release the shoulders. Exhale, round, expand through the upper back. Come back to neutral. Bring the toes to touch, knees as wide as the mat, and bring your sit bones to touch the heels. If they don't touch, no problem. We're in child's pose. Walk the hands in front of you. Release the forehead onto the mat. A pose of surrendering. Keeping the hips where they are, just walk your hands over to the right corner and draw the left sit bone down and feel the stretch in the left side body. And maybe your left hand reaches a little farther to feel more of that length in the back body. And you can wiggle around and find what feels good for you. Walk your hands over to the left corner of the mat, drawing down through the right sit bone. Maybe your right hand reaches a little farther, feeling a nice long stretch in the right side body. Walk your hands back to center and come back onto all. Knees are hip width distance apart. Right palm down and extend the left arm up for a twist. And exhale, send the left arm behind the right arm. Inhale, left arm reaches up, look up. Exhale, bring the left arm down behind the right arm. Inhale, twist, left arm reaches towards the sky. Exhale, left arm comes down, left shoulder comes down. And maybe your left ear comes down to the mat. You have a few variations here with your right hand. You could either walk towards the front of the room in front of you, or you can bring your right hand to touch your low back. Or you can bring your right hand to reach the inside of the left thigh and feeling more of a opening in the right shoulder. So finding what variation feels good for you. Release the right hand down, press into the right hand, ground back to tabletop. Move to the other side here. Right arm raises. Inhale and exhale, right arm underneath the left arm. Inhale, rotate open, right arm to the sky. Exhale, right arm underneath the left arm. Inhale, open up. And this time, exhale, bring the right shoulder all the way down to the mat, right ear down to the mat. And then finding that variation again with the left hand. Either it just stays down onto your right. Maybe you walk your left hand forward in front of you, feeling it stretch on the left side. And you can tuck the toes underneath if you need a little bit more stability. Or you bring your left hand to your low back and start to open through the left shoulder. Or you can reach the left hand to the inside of the right thigh. Staying with your breath. Release the left hand down. If it's up, press into the left hand, come back into tabletop. Keep the hips stacked over the knees and just walk the hands forward to the top of the mat. And melt your heart down towards the mat. Release your forehead. This is called a puppy dog stretch. Taking deep breaths here. Release. Walk the hands back underneath you. Shift your weight slightly forward, hug the elbows in, bend at the elbows, come down in one line. Zip the legs together, press the tops of the feet into the ground, draw the pelvic bone onto the ground, press into the hands, inhale, lift the chest, exhale, release. Hug the elbows in here, and on the next inhale, lift the chest, draw the shoulder blades down the back, hug the elbows in, exhale, release. One more time, keep pressing the tops of the feet into the ground. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release. Inhale, let's press ourselves back up and we'll come into a closed-legged child's pose. So bring the knees together, bring the sit bones on the heels, draw the shoulders down, walk the hands down by your side, palms face up, let your forehead rest on the mat. Release. We'll move into a little bit of core strength here. Back to your tabletop. Ground through that right hand. Lift the left arm in front and right leg extends behind you. You're in one line here. Using the core, using your stabilizers. Inhale, exhale. Hug the left elbow to the right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, left elbow to right knee. Hug everything in, round the back. Inhale, extend. Keep the neck in line with the spine. Exhale, draw the left elbow to right knee, round. Inhale, reach. And release. Ground through the left hand. And we're going to move to the other side. Extend the right arm in front. Extend the left leg behind. Flex the left foot. Take an inhale to prepare. On the exhale, draw the right elbow to the left knee. Inhale, extend long using the core. Exhale, right elbow to left knee, round in the upper back. Inhale, reach to opposite ends of the room. Exhale, right elbow to left knee. Inhale, extend, and release back to tabletop. We're going to cross our ankles and bring our sit bones down onto the ground and extend the legs long in front of you, moving into a seated forward fold. Flex through the feet, remove the flesh from the sit bones, grounding down, finding a nice tilt in the pelvis, spine long and straight. Bring your hands down by the side for support, just staying here with your breath. Maybe this is as far as you go. And you can bring your arms up, biceps by ears, finding a nice long tall spine. On the exhale, maybe you tilt a little bit forward and bring the arms down if you like. Keep grounding down through the heels. Press the tops of the thighs into the mat. And you can release now. Let the spine relax, let the shoulders relax, let the head relax. Just stay with your breath here. Let's roll the spine back up to a seated position. Bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to touch. Let the knees fall open wide. You can bring your hands to your shins or your ankles. Once again, finding a tall spine. and shift forward. You can bring your hands to your toes. And release, fold forward. Let the neck go. Release, rolling back up to a tall spine. And extend the legs long, finding a block. So we're going to lie back down on our back. Bring the lowest setting of the block, and you're going to bring it underneath your sacrum, so that bony part just below your low back, above your glutes. Find a comfortable spot for your sacrum to rest on the block. Bend the knees and extend the legs long towards the sky. Your arms come down on the ground, palms face up. We're finding an effortless effort with the legs here, playing with the center of gravity. Release the shoulders. Release, bend the knees, plant the feet on the mat. Press into your feet, lift the hips up, remove the block from under you and put it aside. We'll come into a gentle spinal twist, so arms out into a T. And drop your knees over to the right side. Maybe your gaze comes over to the left. Release that left shoulder down. Long inhales and long exhales. Flip the palms, engage the core, bring your knees to center, and gently drop the knees over to the left. Flip the palms back over, so our heart is open, and maybe your gaze comes over to the right. Releasing that right shoulder down, closer to the ground. And with every exhale, let go a little more. Release, flip the palms, engage the core, bring the knees back to center. Hug your knees into your chest, bring your hands around your shins. Give yourself a big squeeze. Lift the shoulders, bring the nose to the knees, and release into our final pose, Shavasana. So legs extend out long, legs as wide as the mat, arms down by your side, palms face up. Your whole body rests on the ground. Close your eyes, because there is nothing left for you to do but to receive the effects of your practice. Bringing your awareness back into the room, begin to deepen your breath. Bringing some subtle movement back to the body, wiggling the toes and the fingers. Maybe you bring your arms up overhead, extending long the way that we started. Point your toes. Bend the knees. Hug the knees into the chest. Maybe rock from side to side. And when you're ready, you can roll over to one side, extend the right arm long. Ear rests on bicep in a fetal position. When you're ready, keep the eyes closed and come up into a seated position and cross the legs. Sitting nice and tall, let your palms fall down onto your lap, palms face up. Tall spine, close the eyes. Bring your palms together, palms to heart center, slight tuck of the chin. Feeling a sense of gratitude for our practice and carrying that sense of gratitude throughout the rest of the day or the evening. Let's bow forward and say namaste.